So yeah, we have aerated concrete block, which I don't think it is, block wall, brick, frame wall, insulated concrete form, poured concrete, stacked log, structural foam panel.
I think we're planning a wood stud wall, like a 2x6. So that would be the frame wall.
Frame wall?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then framing materials, wood, exterior finish. Which one of these would better suit our kind of just material?
Qualified siding, since we're doing the fiber concrete.
Nice. Ceiling type. Ceiling attic or attic wall. Ceiling below roof. Sorry, Gavin, did you say something?
Yeah, but there's no attic. These are just like, it's just the straight modules, with a flat roof. So I think it's ceiling below roof joists because we're not exposing the beams.
Cool. And then roofing material, I think would probably just be membrane.
Yes, because it's a flat roof.
Yeah. And then roof color, I'm just gonna put light. Yeah. Primary floor type. Would it be floor over enclosed unconditioned crawl space or concrete slab on grade floor?
It's like a mix. I guess most of the interior portions that are the modules would be the over the crawl space, because they need space below them. But
all right, yeah, we'll just put that then.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are all like just based on, I put in like 2020 as the kind of code year to adhere to. Maybe I should change that to 2021, honestly, it's probably better. Where did I input that? We'll put 2021. And yeah, they didn't have like dwelling type for like multifamily, but condos relatively similar, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then these all adhere, or wait, whoa. So yeah, okay. So then the dimensions, I just got to do input some of these dimensions, which I'll take care of each room, and then I should be able to have an HVAC load calculation by today. Gavin, do you have time in like the next couple of days to meet and we can try to input more, like go through the parameters to get like a site EUI based on what's put in the Rhino model? Is that something that you would be interested in doing? Or
no, I have time right now. It's a good time to begin this semester.
Cool.
Were you doing the climate consultant and just using that revised kind of model that?
Gavin, you're you sound like you're in like space.
Okay, let me change the microphone. How about this? Better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
I just was going to ask if we were using climate consultant and we should like use the new model that was made by May with the roof, with that kind of overarching roof thing.
Yeah, I'd be game for that. And if you want are you in Westwood right now?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're interested in like meeting up and figuring it out together, or if you want to like just do a Zoom call and we can try and go through this stuff, I'd be down to kind of see what's going on with that.
Okay. I'll take a run through that new model.
Okay.
Like just doing it with the new model to see if any errors come up like last time.
Okay. Just because like our HVAC load is going to be pretty high, like just because we have like a lot of floor space and a lot of occupants. So we're probably gonna have to look into like commercial grade HVACs, commercial grade geothermal heat pumps. I'm not really sure what it's gonna entail, but I'm gonna look into it once I get these once I get this like kind of down. But yeah, that's what I got for now.
Sounds good. I'll contact you when I've run through that.
Awesome. I actually have I realized I have another thing to bring up. Let's see here. So Jared, Oliver, and I met up on Friday, and we kind of saw all the work that you had put in, Gavin, already for like the design narrative, and we went ahead, and it's awesome, and we went ahead and like just added things that would go, like that would be included in this in the document, some things that we were just like thinking of. What we did was we took the table of contents and just kind of broke it down, and it seemed like you had touched on like a lot of this stuff already and created a good sort of starting point for things to be worked off of. We included we wrote some stuff on like technical goals, just things that can be sort of expanded on if we want to include technical goals in the design narrative. And then we also sort of broke down some of the stuff, at least for architecture, could be more things added that like you guys want to, but we kind of created like a template of stuff that would go underneath each category of like the design narrative, that will kind of like help us when we probably start cranking this thing out in the latter half of this week.
Dude, this looks really good.
Yeah, but thank you. But this is in the finals folder. It's just like called, it's just like 325 from Friday. It's just an outline. And like if you guys want to like add other stuff in there for each of your like for like each trade, like for engineering A or architecture, like feel free to do so. And then I imagine we'll probably meet up sometime later this week to figure out who's going to write about what. But yeah, so just kind of like an outline to, we tried to touch on each trade, but got kind of tough because
there's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Totally. I've been trying to like just go through the final submission filled document. So I added in kind of the intro, the site stuff.
Yeah, totally. We saw that you had like done a lot of like pretty much all of this stuff, but just done it in the finals document. And I had kind of already started on this document, so we were just like, oh, we'll put it here for now.
I think what makes sense is for the final submission filled to be like a working kind of detailed document, and then we will like copy this over to a nicely formatted final one for
I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
This will be a good outline too. So
this final submission filled is the document where we'll put like that, these kinds of notes can go there, and we'll like upload images and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then
Gotcha.
We'll have one final that's like nicely formatted that it's not this one, because I've already kind of started copy pasting a bunch of crap in here.
Right, totally. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's sweet. And let's see, what else was there. I'm gonna try and work on the lighting today as well. Try and get like an idea of our lighting fixture count, which I think has to be implemented into that, like the site UI stuff, Gavin. So I'm gonna try and get done the geothermal stuff and the lighting by like today. That's the goal. And if those are like numbers or anything that like you need to be like implemented, or like there are certain lighting requirements that go into the site UI, just because like the last one that we had, again, like had some pretty interesting numbers on like no heat, or it was like no heating or maybe no cooling and like only heating. I don't really know exactly what it was, but hopefully with this this calculator that I found, it adheres to the manual J calculations, which is like what like professionals use for HVAC calculations. So we can honestly, we could like also try to do a site EUI like manually and just like estimate it more. But to be determined, I suppose. But yeah, that's about all I got for now.
And yeah, just real quick, I want to thank engineering team A. I know that Kaiji was able to look at the document with the parameters that I need for the HER score. And Takeo has been in contact and, engineering A channel, so I appreciate them for helping with that. I plan on looking at some of their answers and comments they added to the document that I shared. So I'll try and look at those and put those into the HERS software. And this was something that we mentioned, what Sterling mentioned in when we met before. It seems like for our final deliverable, when it comes to the energy performance, they're looking for either EUI or a HERS rating. So we'll both be, Sterling and Gavin be, trying to look into the EUI, and I'll still try and work on the HERS score. As long as we get one of those, I think we'll be in a comfortable position for at least for the required energy analysis that they want. I know that Sterling also mentioned the possibility of incorporating technical goals in our design narrative. It seemed like one of the jurors liked that separation between design goals and technical goals. So if there was a way for us to implement it in our deliverable, I think that would be a good thing.
The template they give on the website does have it has separate sections for design and technical.
So, okay, great.
In the final submission field, you can see that. I didn't fill in the technical, but I can do that now that Sterling made that document.
Okay, awesome. I just thought it was design, but that's great. Yeah, and I'll just bring this up real quick, and then we can get into any other team updates. But this is just a reminder for the Gantt chart that we have. If there are any updates or anything like that, this is basically just to keep track of our projects or whatnot, so we can, if y'all are down for it, we can just update this maybe every time we meet or something like that, just to make sure that it's up to date and everything. I'm gonna with the HERS rating, I'm gonna try to get it done sometime this week. Hopefully by midweek I can see, I can try, but definitely by the deadline for sure we'll have either the EUI or the HERS rating. And just to reiterate, before the April 3rd deadline listed here, this is basically what Max had proposed in terms of us delivering this early. The official deadline is the 5th on a Tuesday, but we want to try and get these things done by the 3rd to give us some margin, and any last minute edits or what have you. I think Max had mentioned, with the multimedia project pitch, he had proposed maybe trying to, depending on our progress with our other deliverables, he wanted to try and, maybe schedule a meeting maybe this weekend or something like that, where we can have our sub teams come through. And I think with the multimedia pitch, we'll be like videotaping some explanations and stuff like that. So I don't know if Max wants to further comment on that, but that's, I guess, something in the future, maybe.
Yeah. We can probably start discussing that on our next meeting this week.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, so like every meeting we can try and pull up this Gantt chart and just keep it updated. And hopefully we'll like I mentioned earlier, this is just a way for us to keep track of our deliverables and things of that nature. And after next week, when we have our main deliverables taken care of, we can then look to the presentation slides and then input that for there. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to.
Great, thank you, Jared. So team updates from engineering team A. Yeah, team A. Is there any? Okay, can you type that out? I'll just read it. Taco and Kaiji were doing LCA over the weekend. Okay, I guess that's probably because like I also heard it from Jared mentioning a bit of engineering teammates. Okay, got it, Kenny.
Yeah, I think Takeo had mentioned I think he wanted some information on the materials, maybe from ARC team. And he also wanted to know the annual energy and water use from engineering team B as stuff to put into the LCA software. And I think Kenny added some more stuff in the chat.
Yeah, Gavin or Mao or even Alan, do you have any comments on the material choosing for the things that Kenny mentioned in the chat?
I think for the stairs and ramps, we had said we were going to do painted steel at the last meeting.
Yeah.
For the I don't know if we have any huge balconies. We have a lot of patios. I don't think we have a lot of overhanging balconies. But I mean, I think that's like a wood frame with a waterproof membrane on top, and then those pedestals with pavers. Yeah, I think wood frame. And for the life expectancy, I'm actually not sure on that. It might be based on, I don't actually know how that's calculated.
Mao, would you know like the life expectancy of buildings that are prefabricated normally? Can you hear me, Mao? Oh, it's okay. Well, I guess we can do a bit of research on that between now and our next meeting.
It's like the life expectancy might also be calculated through the LCA.
Okay. Can you also add up a few more in the chat room?
Energy consumption. Yeah, that's the UI. Yeah, low E double pane looks good. I guess we can look up like average lifespan for buildings like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like 50 to 60 years is a pretty safe bet.
That's good.
Although it's going up. So let's just go with 50 for now. Yeah, and then we can.
Yeah, also like in the chat room, Jared asked like if energy consumption is calculated from the EOI.
Yeah, I mean that the EUI is like the energy use intensity, so it's the amount of energy the building's using.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Great. Oh yeah, any updates from because I know that Mal just did a rendering yesterday and posted in Discord.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
I
Do
just
you wanna share it?
sorry. I may use my iPhone, and but I just upload the model yesterday night on Google Drive, so you can go to check it, and I
Okay.
send you a screenshot in Discord. I think So I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to like do some modification to the model, or you think maybe something is not good, just tell me, so before I do the rendering. I think because we have 5 renderings, so and the deadline is close, I'm thinking about I will use V-Ray, I will use Inkscape, and add some tree stuff. I think that's will be cool. And
Yeah.
do you guys have the do you guys have done the site model? If you didn't do that, I will do that.
Yeah. I don't think we have a site model yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we'd only
So,
done a very rough one, like just import from like Chad Mapper, I think.
okay. So maybe if you have, I mean, could you just upload to the Google Drive, so maybe I can use some of them, maybe, or of course maybe I will do the side model, some part of the side model by myself. I will, for the rendering, I need to like do some modification for the model, for the side model, and build the road, the pathway stuff, the landscape stuff, something like that, and add some, some maybe vehicle, a human being. Yeah.
Yeah, if you also for at least the site around with the landscaping, one important thing is like putting in plants that look more native to California. It's this concept that's called Xeriscaping, where you use like plants. You use plants around a building that are that don't necessarily need like extra amounts of watering. They kind of just exist naturally to the Southern California climate. So if like, I don't know how the rendering process works, but for whatever plants you put in, if you can just search up like Southern California native plants, where there'll be a lot of kind of maybe plants that look more like succulents or cactuses, not like grassy lawns in front, like maybe something that's more gravel or a little more dirt with plants. And if you are confused, if you need some help with that, and you want to just say something in the Discord, I'm happy to help with like giving some examples of what that might look like.
Yeah. I'm not sure I understand what I are talking about. Sorry, but
so you were saying that like for the rendering you would put like trees and like people around the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can share like an example right now. Let's see. So like this, here's a pretty good example. So rather than if you could see my screen here,
yeah.
Rather than having like a tons of grass everywhere, what Xeriscaping is that it's actually, you can use stuff like gravel or dirt that doesn't necessarily need to be watered, or just kind of like soil that where these plants don't require as much water. I guess this is a decent rendering.
Okay, I know what you're meaning. Yeah,
so maybe kind of something like this kind of looks like what it might be, where it's like plants that are look more like they can just respond well to the California climate, because that's one of our talking points in like in how we're going to incorporate like the occupant experience and like using plants native to California that don't require water, but still adding that like nature element. So yeah, if you look this up and like it'll give you a good idea. If you type in maybe Xeriscaping for like Southern California. Yeah, like this is a lot of examples of like what you might find where it's like this gravel with like cactuses and like plants that would like more oftentimes than not like not require as much water.
Okay, cool, I will do that.
Yeah, but if those are the types of plants that you can add like out in front, like around the walkways and stuff, that would be amazing.
Okay, could you okay, so could you maybe check the digital model I uploaded, and if you find some problem I need to fix, just send me a message in Discord. Yeah.
So you uploaded the model to the Google Drive?
Yeah. Yesterday night. I think it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, almost
yeah,
8
our student
o'clock.
probably wouldn't know how to, like, because it's a random model, right?
Yeah. It's a rhino model. So
yeah,
if you find something, it couldn't work.
Yeah, probably Gavin, Alan, and Hayden and me will be able to check that, because Sterling is an engineer.
Yeah, I don't have Rhino. I was trying to get it, but it wasn't working.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not the easiest to get. Yeah,
I'm looking at it now. Looks pretty great. This it's like got a bunch of horizontal wood siding. Is that just like a placeholder, or is that the final finish you're gonna go for the rendering?
Yeah. Would you like to share screen so maybe everyone could see it? Thank you.
You want to let me enable that, Max?
Oh, wait, did I not? Give me a second. Oh, yeah, I missed that. My bad.
No worries.
Okay, go for it.
And this changed. Oh, it says still doesn't mesh. Cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like some material you mentioned, like the what kind of wood, what kind of floor. It's not I haven't decided that, but the outside exterior, like the exterior walls material, I think it's like something like this, like now. But for the floor material, for interior material, I think it depends on your guys' design. So what kind of material you want to use. And then for the roof, I'm thinking about we can just put the solar panel directly on the roof. I have seen some kind of precedent. So it's a kind of the solar panel with a slope with some degrees, something like that. You can just put on the flat roof directly, and I also did something like a more transparent roof style, because I know the south of the site is on the short side of the modeling of the model of our building. So I don't want to make a very, very closed roof system. So I just want to keep the sunlight could
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
go
that.
through into the interior of the building. So
looks great.
I haven't added the stairs. I will do that when I'm doing the rendering. And I'm thinking about like, so where is the landscape, like maybe have you think about maybe add some landscape on the balcony, because on the
this one here.
Yeah, it's a very big balcony.
Yeah, Matt, if I could answer that.
Yeah.
So what I was talking to Jared and Oliver about on Friday is that I think that in that outdoor space, it would be really advantageous for us to use to do something like there are like these types of vines that grow really nicely on the sides of walls. that I think like add a cooling element here. If Gavin, would you mind if I shared my screen real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Or Mal, thank you. So like I think that if you could add, if like these types of vines and stuff that grow along walls, I think could be good things to add to the walls of that like kind of that outdoor area. What do you guys think of that? Like something along the lines of this, maybe.
Yeah, I think that could make sense, especially along these like bigger kind of facades on the north and south sides that are kind of very blank. I think some vegetation would look great along there.
Yeah, I think maybe on the north and south sides, and then also maybe adding them on the eastern facing patio that above the or what are we, that like kind of terrace above the parking spaces could be another nice spot to just like add them for the rendering. And we don't need to be too specific on like how to grow them, but like it does add like a element of biophilia, which is like kind of in tie with the occupant experience. So yeah, putting them on that like kind of wall there, I think would be nice.
Yeah, I think some plants just in general, maybe just potted, would be great here too.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe just one small thing, but I mean, realistically, this beam would probably be also wood rather than like cement. I don't know. I mean, I like the material contrast, but unless it was
I can try. So like if we use too many woods, I just feel it's when I go to the Inkscape, I just feel all of the I don't know how to say that. Like there is no contrast from the different materials, and the building looks like a little bit messy, I think. But I can try if you want to like the roof, if you want to do the wood.
Whatever works, you know, like if it does have to be cement panel, it could just be like a wood beam that is, you know, faced with cement panel.
Okay,
would
cool.
make sense too. But
yeah, also like
sorry, looks great. I'll definitely take this to start doing the climate studio stuff.
Yeah, and also Kay mentioned about, is there any planned plans for interior and exterior?
Yeah, that's the problem I mentioned. Like, so do you have any like layout design for landscape, so I could just build a model quickly?
Yeah, also the type of plants that, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't thought of that before.
Right, that's what I was trying to showing with like Xeriscaping. If you just type in like native like plants native to Southern California, you would have a pretty easy time just finding things that look like cactuses or kind of like shrubs and bushes that are nice to the eye, but don't require really any watering.
All right, yeah. How should I say it? For Kenny, do you think engineering can handle that part, or it's like I think it's pretty direct, you know, just like how Sterling mentioned, just search up in Google with like plants that are native in California. Or well, actually, who would this should we import design to? You mean for the layout of the plants? I'm not really sure. Like, we have to import a layout of design. That means everything has to be really coherent for all of us. Let's say no for now, because I don't know. Like, Mao, when do you think you would start doing the interior landscape rendering?
Oh, sorry, what?
when will you start doing the landscape rendering for the interior?
I think if you don't have any problem about the digital model, so I will start to do the rendering maybe from today or tomorrow when I go back to my studio. When I go back to studio, I think it may be tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, also like this, yeah. Can I actually just briefly mention the type of amount of plants? I think that's good enough. Yeah, that's pretty good enough. Yeah.
And I think we'll have maybe a tiny bit of landscaping on like the north and south sides, besides just the vines. Like there's a little bit of a buffer on either of those that could be maybe have a small planting, but I think the rest would be like, yeah, on the building itself, like vines and some potted plants on the patios.
Yeah, I think just doing whatever area that we have on the exterior that's not making up paths, just using like gravel or some type of like gravel mixed with soil that you can plot those like that you can just show plants. Kenny, I mean, I honestly don't even know if we need to like specify the amount and types of plants, just because like mentioning just xeriscaping in general or native plants to Southern California and showing examples in a rendering, I think is like pretty sufficient. But if you want to like give examples from out to like include, then I think that would be like sufficient. But I don't think we need to like create a table or anything and saying like we're using this amount of this plant like that. I feel like that just kind of gets into the weeds and is like not really that important.
I think so. So for Inkscape, so maybe I will choose some plants grown in California. But what I need, so that I don't think for rendering is not a big problem. You when you do the final presentation, you can just show the different kind of plants in your presentation, like what type of plants you use. But what I need for now is the landscape design, like the stuff for the master plan for the layout, like where is the landscape area, and so where should I put the landscape? I need something like this, so I can just build the model quickly.
I think I can probably do that. I can like modify. This is just the straight CAD mapper file with like, and the actual site is here. But I can go ahead and add the exact site outline and the building outline footprint and then the exterior kind of landscaping areas, and then send that over to you. If that helps.
Okay. Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Gab, have you been doing everything by your own for now? Kind of.
Sorry.
Like, have you been doing everything like on your own only for now? Like, is Hayden?
Yeah, I haven't been able to reach Hayden.
Oh.
He was out during the break, but yeah, this is just the CAD mapper file I made at the very beginning of the project of like the area, so it hasn't had any work done on it.
Okay.
But I can go now that we have like the final footprint. I could put that in here and.
Okay, great.
Detail
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, and if you can't reach Hayden, or maybe even Ellen, just let me know. I'll handle it. I mean, just in case,
Yeah, I'll get in contact with him. Give him another call today.
Great. Awesome. I think that's it for today, right? Do you guys want to discuss when to meet next time? Will like Wednesday 11 a.m. work for you guys? Okay, works for Kenny. How about Jared? Okay, great. Sterling.
Sorry, I went to fill up my water. What did you say? What did you ask?
For 11 a.m. on Wednesday, would it work for you for our next meeting time?
No, I actually have class. I have a discussion starting at 11.
Okay.
I can check real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it starts at 10 a.m. and it goes to 1.
Oh no. All right.
Yeah, Wednesday anytime after 1 on Wednesday, I'm good.
After 1 on Wednesday. If it's let's say at 2? Does it work for everyone? Who doesn't work for Wednesday at 2?
Wednesday
That's
at
my
2.
studio.
I have studio.
Oh,
Studio.
so like probably 11
forgot
works
studio.
best for everyone, right? For Gavin,
Could
Mao,
we-
and
I'm thinking about, could we just change the time to maybe night, like 6 o'clock
Nighttime?
stuff, maybe
6 o'clock.
like 6
Okay.
o'clock at night, so everyone.
Yeah, that works with me.
Works.
Okay, works for everyone. It might not be me, but I mean, I try to manage it. So yeah. Does it work for you, Alan? For 6? Okay, great. All right, then let's set for Wednesday at 6 p.m. Sounds good to everyone? Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's good
thank you,
for
Max.
me.
Great.
maybe.
Okay, I'll send the follow-up email later on then. Awesome. All
Thank
right.
you.
See you all then. Is there any more you guys want to add into the meeting before I close it?
Nope.
Nope.
Thank you, Max.
Keep up the good work.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all.
All
Really
right. See you
appreciate
guys
it.
on Wednesday.
But
Take care.
Take
See
care.
ya, bye.